All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Livewell here at Fish, North Georgia this Thursday night. Hope you guys have had a fantastic day, a great week. As we zoom into the weekend right now, currently, we've got Father Time in the house, and of course, our guest tonight, Ryan Sheffield. He's a stranger. I don't know where the hell we got him from or picked him up, but I might have seen him a time or two. But what's going on, everybody, in the comment section? I started laughing out before the show started. For those of you that have seen the thumbnail on YouTube, it is missing an L. It was one of those I tried to get AI to resize, and they cut an L off of it, and I didn't even pay attention. So tonight it's the live well here at Fish North Georgia. But anyway, we got a great show in store for you guys. We're going to talk around. We're going to talk fish care a little bit because we got the John G. Wilson tournament coming up, and it's hot as hell outside. But it is kind of supposed to cool off a little bit. But we're going to talk about fish care. And then, of course, anything you guys want to talk about fishing related, what the bite is. We're going to look at some of Ryan's baits. All right. Yeah, we are, Ryan. I just threw that on you. Iron current tackle.
What about all that?
Yeah, we're going to look at some of the stuff and some of the secret stuff he's got going and everything, get the juice from him. I threw him under the bus right there. He didn't know that was going to happen. But anyway, hey, let's real quick. And Tim, listen, Tim McGuire is somewhere
Y'all pray
out there.
for Tim.
Yeah.
Pray for Tim because Tiffany is not home. And Tim cannot get his phone. He uses his phone for his camera, and he reads the computer so he can see the comments and all that. Well, Tim's by himself. We're lucky. He probably can't boil freaking water, but he's at home trying to fix his camera. He can. I mean, I guarantee you, Tim McGuire can't boil water. He needs that woman of his, but hopefully he'll kick back on and figure it out. But let me take care of one thing real quick because we're going to talk a little bit about this tonight. All right, guys. August 1st. All right, August 1st. Lake Lanier, War Hill Park. We're going to have a Fish is a Hope benefit tournament for our buddy John Wilson. We all know the situation with John and everything that went on. And again, we just want to continue to shower the love. Now, what you see on the screen right now is for your glitter rockets. All right. It's going to be a $100 entry fee, 50-50 payout, 3 fish limit, no dead fish. Ice is mandatory. Cool thing about this is it's kind of a short tournament, safe flight to one. Because right after that, we're going to have a little lunch. We're going to do some raffles. 100% of the proceeds go to John to help offset some expenses. And if you want to go ahead and pre-register, you better do it because, hell, it ain't this Saturday, but it's following Saturday. Tony Watkins, 706-897-7557, or you can call Ryan himself, 706-429-2010. And there is a kayak division. I think you had Alex is in the comment section, or he was. I think if you go on Tourney X, does that sound right, Ryan?
Yeah, it's Tourney X.
Go on Tourney X, but it's only $50 for the kayak guys, right?
Yeah. So I think that's what it's $50. If you want more, the main bit of the information for the kayak side of things, you can reach out to Alex because he'll know. But Bobby Reese is kind of the one who's kind of like heading over the kayak thing. So
yeah. And what's funny is John Wilson himself is part of the Tupperware gang.
Mm-hmm.
But his ass is going to be in the boat with, I believe, Tony Collum. I believe. What's up, Tony? Danny Hogshead, how you doing out there in Loganville? I see Doug, Jeff. What's up, Miss Kay? Clayton? All you guys.
Jeff, yeah, we have changed it till noon. I forgot.
Is it 12 to 1, 6 to noon?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be 6 to noon.
Hey, even better.
It's the main reason I think we mainly changed it was because a lot of John's family is down in like Macon.
Yeah.
And they're going to actually be there. They're coming up. So,
yeah.
So that way it's not, we get up, we hang out for a little while after the tournament's over, as long as we can stand it, which I heard through the grapevine that we're going to have some nice weather next Saturday.
I hope so.
I heard. So anyways, but just so they can get up here, hang out for a little bit, and then it's not a terrible drive for them. Because, Macon still, what, 2.5 hours, maybe close to 3.
Depends on how motivated I am. Yeah.
So
just don't speed through Cook County, Georgia, because that one damn cop sits on top of that bridge and he got my butt. They got one traffic stop in the whole town, and that one cop sits on the bridge over 75, and he got my butt. But he was nice. Again, he didn't give me the super speeder. So
how fast?
He clocked me at 89. Hell, I was probably running 94, 95, but he only gave me 84 on the ticket. I can't fuss. I mean, he kicked it down, but that when 84, it's 85 and above, you get the super speeder. But the judge comes in, or whoever, they see these tickets and they're like 84, 84, 84. I mean, they know the cops giving them a break and all that. Here's a name I haven't seen on the show before. Rich Yeshel. And I hope like heck I pronounced that right. Appreciate you joining. Yes, Clayton, I am absolutely positive you can sign up the day of.
We got a lot of people that said they're going to sign up the day
Yes.
of. So
Probably are we blasting off in the order of which we've signed up?
yes,
Yes.
Okay. There you go. There
yeah.
you go. All right. What's up, Greg? So anyway, hey, listen, it's gonna be a good time. And again, we got the absolute best freaking Fish North Georgia community and all that. Something happens. Everybody, from Tony and Kay with Fishers of Hope on down. It's just everybody wants to throw benefit tournaments for people and help them out. So it's really cool that you guys continue year after year, event after event. You guys continue to show some love um, to everybody out there. Man Millen, text .green.game.over. I don't know what the hell that means, but thanks for being here. And Patrick Hicks, I'm going to be there. It's my birthday. Well, I tell you what, maybe you'll win. Maybe you'll win. So, anyway, one of the things that we were going to talk about tonight, and it's one of the reasons why we brought Ryan on. We do this 2 or 3 times a year. Especially in the summertime, we talk about fish care. You would think we wouldn't have to do it in this day and age, but it's just like some of the guys who make videos on kayaks not wearing their PFD. We have to go over it over and over and over again. And we just want to make sure that when you guys show up and you bring your fish to the scales, that we weigh them, we get them back in the water, and we don't have any fish out there floating. Uh, so that's why we want to do what we're going to do. Now, Ryan, let's start off with the basics, and then we're going to talk about fishing and Ryan's baits and all that. But let's talk. Let's start off. What are the basic things that you find guys do not do correctly when it comes to fish care?
Well, first thing that a lot of people that don't really take care of their system.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say system, I'm talking the entire Livewell system. You've got to you have to clean everything twice a year,
At
and
least.
I don't I don't I, I don't really care what your opinion is. I've been doing this for a long time. Um, I've never everything that I'm going to say about fish care is tested, proven, and tried and true and replicated. So it's we can have a gentleman's discussion about it, but I've proven it like over and over and over and over and over again. It's going to be hard to argue against my personal system that I do.
All right.
So the first thing that you've got to do is you need to clean your live wells twice a year, and there's all kinds of live well cleaners. If you can't get any live well cleaner, just simple baking soda and a scrub brush will work, and access to a water hose. So basically, you're gonna, like, if you use a live well treatment cleaner of some sort, and there's various ones out there on the market, and they all work really good. What they all are is a base, is what
Mm-hmm.
they are. So we're getting back into chemistry, whether you went to high school or maybe did some college or something in your life. We're getting into chemistry. A base is basically like a cleaner. So your baking soda is a cleaner, and it is, for one, baking soda it doesn't harm fish or anything like that. So any leftover residue from baking soda, it doesn't do anything bad to your live well system. But what you're wanting to do, the reason why I say you clean your live well system is because as the water temperature begins to warm up in the springtime, the bacteria in the water starts to grow, and the algae and everything starts to grow. Mainly is the bacteria and the algae is the killer. You can have, you can do as good of a job as you possibly can, but bacteria and algae suck oxygen out of water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, basically, like, you know, if you don't clean your entire system from the pumps to the hoses to the walls of your live well really good 2 different times of the year, and typically when I do it, I like to do it generally around like April. That gives me a good coating, a good cleaning from the wintertime. And then he it you know it's kind of gets you forward. And also too, like, fish are kind of fragile, as we all know, during April into May.
Hmm.
It's spawn, post spawn. They got a lot of stuff going on physically. They're stressed out, they're tired. They've got fish going in live wells even when the water temperature is like 70 degrees, which is fine to put fish in live wells for. They still got a lot of things going against them,
Hmm.
for them being in a live well, for an 8 hour long tournament. If you're catching them right off the rip. But the algae and the bacteria and stuff is like your number one killer. As the summer moves along, we leave spring, get into the summer, where we are now here in July, at the end of July, knocking on the door right here of August. Water temperatures, specifically for, since we're going to be fishing on Lake Lanier, a lot of water temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s right now.
Hmm.
Okay, so it is, and it's a shortened tournament, so you're not going to be out there. Um, they're not going to be baking inside a live well, all day long. But there's a lot of things that you can do to help. So cleaning your live well system, scrubbing it, filling it up with water, both sides or one side, whatever, however your live well system work. Rangers and stuff, they have like a single live well system. Some of the John boat guys I seen Tim White in the comment section. Some of those electric only guys, they have like one live well in their boat, and they put all their fish in that one single tank. But you want to fill it all the way up, and you going to put that baking soda or live well cleaner, whatever it is, in there. You're going to scrub the walls, everything. And then you're going to turn all your pumps on, and you're going to turn your aerators and your recirc pumps on, and you're going to flush all that stuff through there. And you're going to flush it through there for probably, what I do is about 5 minutes is what I do. And then after that, you pull all your plugs. If you got a pump out, then you use your pump out and pull your plugs out. Get everything out, take a water hose, and then wash everything out until it's totally all gone. And then your live well system is pretty well cleaned up. All the hoses and everything have been rinsed really, really well with the baking soda or the live well cleaner. Now, the controversial thing that it gets into is the whole purpose of ice. The way that I do ice is the way that I do it. I've never had issues. There are some people, like to, say they like to argue it, but I've got plenty of, experience and backup proof to tell you that this isn't necessarily the case if you do all this stuff. Two things that you need outside of ice: you really need some G juice, or Please Release Me. There's several other ones out there that are really good, but like G juice is easy. It doesn't stain your live wells or anything. It's got the bottle. You just squeeze it up, dump it in there, and there you go. You really don't have to add any more the rest of the day. And then the other thing too is the hotter the water is, the less oxygen is in the water.
Hmm.
So adding like a cap full of one time, all you gotta do is one time, adding about a cap full of hydrogen peroxide into your live well actually helps make more oxygen in the water. It oxygenates the water. Now, if you've got the like the aerator systems, you've got the 100% pure oxygen. There's a lot of those out there. The little stones that people put in the bottom of them, and those are all great. You don't have to put hydrogen peroxide in your live well. I don't have those in my system. All I have is recirc pumps and aerator. So I put some hydrogen peroxide in both sides, a cap full of each, and then each put the G juice in either side. And then, but before I do all that, is I get about 10 pounds of ice for each side of my live well. Got a Phoenix. It's got a split live well system, 2 different live wells, 1 and 1. You got your port and your starboard. I put 10 pounds on one side. I put 10 pounds on the other side, straight from a gas station. Okay. This is where it gets real. Like people start, knocking the door down, saying you're not telling me I'm an idiot, and no, I'm going to tell you why you're respectfully why you're wrong. G juice, and someone said in the comments, I don't know who it was, how much would you say G juice helps? This is where G juice really helps the most in the summertime than it does anything else. Not only does G juice help restore slime coat on the fish, but G juice also has some chemicals in it that it's made. It gets rid of like ammonia. And then the big one that everyone always wants to argue about with ice from a gas station is chlorine.
Yep.
Everyone always says there's chlorine in ice water. Some ice water, so ice is regulated by the FDA because it is consumed by us. We can fill our cups up with a bag of ice from the gas station, and we can pour a drink in there. Like Kevin's got all his bourbon over there. He can mix him up a cold drink of bourbon with some ready ice from the gas station. And it's not going to taste any different than, anything else. It's not going to taste chlorinated. What little chlorine is put in by the places that do create and bag ice from like a city water system, there is so minute trace of chlorine in there that the G juice gets rid of the chlorine. It eats it alive. And the chlorine, it doesn't affect the fish at all. Okay. So I do that, and then I put all that ice. So then I try to put the ice in about an hour before I dump my boat in the water. What I'm trying to do is to actually create a cooler effect. The ice will kind of start melting a little bit, and it will start regulating the bottom and the sides of the live wells, and it will actually create a cooler effect. So you want your walls of the live wells to be cooler than what they are when you just dump the boat in the water and it's 85 degrees and and instantly it just starts, the temperature of your boat is instantly getting warm, so having that ice already dumped in either side is very important. This is the other thing, do not in the summertime have your ice dump your boat in the water. Do not start filling water up in your live well while you're waiting to pick your buddy up from the dock after you've backed the boat in the water. Sucking in, everyone's sitting there with their motors running. I still run a 2-stroke, so my motor still leaks oil and gas into the water.
Right.
And it's right there where your recirc pump, where your circuit or your aerator pumps are, where you suck water into the live well. You suck in a little bit of the, and you multiply that by all the boats that are out there in front of the boat ramp. You're sucking a little bit of that gas water and oil water into your live wells. So don't do anything until you actually get to your first spot where you then flip the aerators on or your fill and start putting water in. Fill your live wells up as far as you can possibly get. Okay. And then do not add any more water the rest of the day. Don't add any more, because you're wanting to keep that water the same temperature. Okay. I have a thermometer on either side of my live well, just a regular old plastic thermometer that's taped up in the back of each one of my sides of my live wells. We fished a tournament this past Sunday. Okay. My water at 12 o'clock, when I got the fish out to weigh them in our tournament, my water was like 76 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then you get people that talk about, well, you putting the fish in there and you're shocking the piss out of them. I ain't never turned one into a popsicle. I've never had it happen to me. I never have. Like, even when I filled my live well up with the G juice and the peroxide and the ice, and it's full, and there may still be a few ice cubes floating on the surface, the fish they'll go straight down to the bottom of the live well. They'll get away from it. Mm-hmm. And the fish is perfectly fine the rest of the day. If it's a decent fish, end up having to keep it all day long, that fish still swims away at the end of the day. I don't subscribe so much to the whole shock thing that happens, because I've never had it happen to me. I've never put fish back out of my live well at the end of a summertime tournament, put them back in 85 degree, and then they swim away 20 feet and then rise up dead because they're not used to the water. They come out of the water that way. So I this is all stuff that's just it's been personal that I've been doing. I've been doing it for 10 plus years. Um, it works, and that's just kind of without getting any more deeper into it. I guess it works. It really does.
Right. Well,
So
and I'm sure. Listen. Oh, hold on a second. Look right here. Tiff must be home now. Let's see if we can bring Tim in. No,
No,
look, no,
it's still fried.
it's still fried.
sideways.
Yeah, it won't turn. She is home. She's diligently working on it, but I'm gonna
Okay.
bug out and I'll just watch.
All right. Well,
Uh,
look, that's right. You're upright right now.
is it filling the whole thing?
No, no.
No.
Listen,
That's what I mean. See, it's not.
Tim, you and I are 5'7". Filling things has never been our strong point.
Amen. Why are you laughing?
It's why.
Well, look, she ran. She ran.
Oh Lord. Well, if you want to hang like that, you can. If you want to bug out, it's totally up to you, boss.
No, I'm gonna try to get this phone fixed. There's something wrong with it.
Okay. All right. You do that. We'll talk at you later.
All right, bye.
All right. So anyway, no, listen, that's a technique that you kind of mastered that you have confidence in. And I'm sure other guys will do it a little bit way they got confidence in, but at least in your opinion, in your experience, if somebody at least follows what you just said, they should have success in letting fish go. Yes.
It's
Yeah.
it's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it's like the law because it's not.
Oh no, it's the law, man.
It's no, it's not. It's not the law. That's just my opinion. It's just how I've done things for a long time, and it's always helped.
Yeah.
It's always done me pretty good. So,
All right.
um, and then a couple other things that you really need that I put pool noodles in my live well on either
Yep.
side.
Mm-hmm.
That gives not only gives them a little bit of something to kind of hide under, but it gives the fish something to like, uh, like it had to you know, I had to start basically um, like needed something. I'm trying to think of how the best way to say it. Like I needed something to I thought for the fish to kind of relate to when they were in the live well,
Right.
to suspend under. And I basically I found the pool noodle trick on the internet. And so I was like, oh, I'm trying it because I mean a daggone pool noodle from the Dollar General. I mean, there's a Dollar General every 4 miles, wherever we live. And
Yeah. I know.
a dang pool noodle is 6 foot long, and I can cut that into little strips. I cut them into little foot long strips, roughly, with a box cutter, and they've been in my live well ever since. But I've noticed in the summertime and in the wintertime, I've noticed that sometimes the fish will put their back up underneath one, and they'll relate. And instead of laying upside down all the time, sometimes they'll right themselves, and they'll relate to a pool noodle. So that kind of helps with stress of the fish.
Yeah.
So,
and it is still a little bit of protection if you're flying down the lake and you get really bouncy, it's up there.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I think, let's see here. Dakota Ball, I think you pretty much kind of answered this. He said, do you guys recirculate with ice when above 80-degree water temp? If I'm, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I heard you, Ryan, at least say, hey, you don't feel it. You just.
No, I just run my recirc pumps.
That's it.
All day long. Yeah,
That's
I got the aerator pump, recirculator pump. Boats are all labeled a little bit differently. Some of them, the aerator is the actual aerator. Then the my boat, in a Phoenix, it's called, you got your aerator is actually your fill that fills the live wells up, and then the recirc is the one that sucks the water out of the other bottom, and it sucks it through a hose, and they have that max air intake on the side, and that actually sit there and sucks air into it, and it helps add oxygen to the water, because moving water is actually what gets the oxygen back moving in the water. But I'm not a scientist, so I can't really explain how that actually works.
I got you. Now, Bottom Line Outdoors, and again, this is listen, a lot of people share this opinion, dude. Would it be better to do a catch, photo, and release during the summer? Now, if you've listened to Ryan and I in the past, we and you may remember, I know we have said this before. To us, to us, everybody thinks a tournament is just go catch a fish, get them alive, well, and weigh them. To us, part of the tournament itself is keeping your fish alive.
That
That
is,
that the skill of doing it's just
I
as important
subscribe to
as
that old school theory that part of tournament fishing is managing your fish.
yeah. I mean,
And
and
it doesn't matter what time of year it is. It doesn't matter if it's winter or
yeah,
summer.
and I get it. I know there are a lot of people that either way. Some of them like to catch and release, take a photo, and all that, and there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But if you are going to do a weigh-in, I think there should be bigger penalties. Now, I saw up here, where's Patricia at? Did you see this? Rick Clunn had 3 dead bass today, said he didn't know why. I didn't know that. I didn't see that. I mean, it happens. I'm not going to fuss because everybody knows about my last tournament on Lanier. I absolutely just bombed that one. So, good question, Tim. What in a dirty live well kills fish? And you kind of said what was it, Ryan? You said a couple of things.
It's like the bacteria and stuff that grows
Yeah.
in there. Now
And
I got the whole bacteria thing. Now that's from actually Doug Hannon,
yeah,
the bass professor.
right.
There's an old video of him talking about that from like the mid '90s or late '90s or something, a few years before he died unexpectedly. But he talking about live well systems and stuff, like as you run water through them, especially as it gets hotter, bacteria will grow and grow anywhere. And there's algae in every single body of water in the United States. And you suck that into your boat, and algae lives kind of close to the surface. And where is your intake for your boat's live well system? It's right below the surface.
Right.
So,
Right. Eric Thurman says a couple things on TikTok. Fish can relate to my dad's pool now. LOL. I get that. But also, he says, I don't have a live well, but I've used ice and bait wells, and bait does last a lot longer. Now, I will say that when you get shiners and little bitty minnows and all that, yeah, I mean, the second it gets warm,
yeah, they're fragile.
yeah, they're going to crap. Let me see. All right, Dean. What's up, Dino? Some folks use a oxygen bottle with an aerator stone. It keeps the water cool as it comes out of the bottle. Yeah, I mean, I can see that for sure, for sure. Now, Tim, listen, and Tim had an experience where he tried something like Ryan, and he said, I did that years ago when I had a big boat. I caught a 4-pounder first cast, and it turned upside down immediately when I put it in the well, and I had to rapidly start scooping ice out. Again, like I said, there's no
That's probably like a freak thing. I'm not saying it's not impossible.
right.
It could very well definitely happen. I've not had it happen to me.
Gotcha.
So I believe Tim 100%. I have zero reason not to believe Tim. I mean, I'm sure it happened exactly the way he said it did.
Yeah.
So, Tim's a straight shooter.
No, not Tim. Not Tim. Ron said it's pouring there right now. Ron, we've had thunderstorms all around us and ain't got but just a couple of drops of rain right here across from Latham Reservoir. I need a little bit more, my man. Tony says, heck yeah. Then the big one runs towards the light when you open the lid. Buddy had a 6-pounder jump completely out of the boat. Pool noodles work great. See, I mean, listen, dual purpose right there. Ron says that Phoenix air intake, every time I hear it, takes me a second to figure out what's happening. My dad's boat is a Phoenix too. I guess it makes a noise. I've never paid attention to it. We normally freeze bottles of water and then put those bottles in the live well during the day. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Kevin, how many daggone people we had on the show? And hell, Ryan, you did it for years and all that. You are going to get a variety of opinions when it comes to ice. I mean, just 100. When it comes to ice, when to put it in and all that. And if you've had success doing it your way and ain't lost no fish, don't change. Ryan has had success doing this and the way he cleans it. Don't change. Kevin, I want to make sure I get you in here before you fall asleep because I know you're old. All right. What do you do? Oh, and by the way, let's do this. Congratulations to Kevin and his grandson. Which grandson was it?
Holton.
Holton?
Yes.
They won one of the night tournaments, and for all you Yankees, Derb, or young kids, the Derby. They won the Derby on Alatoona the other night. We talked about that on the lunch break today. But congratulations, dude. That's awesome. And the fact that, listen, it's great to win. Everybody wants to win. But the fact that Kevin got to do it with a grandson, because I have a grandson right now, too. He's 6 months old. It's going to be a hot minute before I can fish a tournament with him. But the fact that you got to do it with your grandson, dude, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And I was hoping that your wife was listening, so I'm still trying to butter her up and all that. But send me some pictures. I really want you to send me some pictures.
I'll do it.
But what do you do?
I
What'd you do the other night? It was hot.
I had ice in the live wells, and I filled them up. When we got to our first spot, we put water in there, and then we caught our first fish. We filled it to the top and recirculated the rest of the night.
So pretty much kind of similar to what Ryan does.
Yeah, I used to freeze bottles and put them in there, but it's so much easier to put an 8-pound bag on each side and go.
Yeah, it is too. Yeah, absolutely. Tracy Coker, Tim, he wanted to know how deep the fish was caught. If it was caught deep, it might have needed to be fished. Well, Tracy, I don't know if you know Tim. Tim would have probably fizzed that fish if it need be, but it is it to me again. Just I think we want to make sure that during this tournament coming up, you guys that do fishing, and if you're fishing elsewhere, we want, and you put a fish in a live well, though we want to do everything that's absolutely humanly possible to keep that fish alive. Doug Rice out there, what's going on? G4 Outdoors. My Phoenix live well will hold a little water even after the pump out. Gets funky after about a week. Have to clean it all the time. There you go. Ron Swinford said, I know Ryan's way works, just the way I learned it is all. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And then Kevin, we got Tony says, congratulations. Kay Watkins says, congratulations. Patrick Hicks, congratulations. And then Tim goes, I use frozen bottle. Tim, honestly, when you were talking, I was trying to remember what, you know, I've had this conversation. I was trying to remember what you did. I use frozen bottles. Sometimes I carry 8 small bottles. Sometimes I carry 4 large ones, and I add them every couple hours. And then he said that fish that he caught was on top water. Now, again, also too, there's certain, if you tell, there's other variables to keeping that fish alive. Even how you hook them, how you've handled them afterwards. And again, this is not a Tim. I know Tim and the way he fishes. So this is just for like a lot of people out there.
Tim takes care of his fish.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about there's a lot of guys out there that, well, they'll catch the fish, they'll take a few pictures, they might have boat flipped it, beat it around, then they stick it in the live well and it dies and it gets blamed on lack of G juice and all that. Sometimes you got to take into consideration how the fish was hooked, how the fish was handled. There's a lot of things going to it. But again, that's part of the tournament scene.
Danny, and I'm sure Ryan's going to talk about it, but landing the fish on the carpet when you boat flip or something's taking the slime off. Put them on a measuring board. If you don't dip it in the water first, take slime off. Mm-hmm. So you're not doing that fish any good before you get them in the live well.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a variable that people, I would venture to say most guys that fish all the time in fish tournaments, they do think about it. But there's always the guys that don't, right? And then they don't consider what they did with that fish. It's the G juice's fault or whatever supplement they use. It's, well, I didn't do the ice this way, that way. I mean, those guys exist. We know they exist. They're in everything like that. But bottom line is, and we're getting ready to move on to we're going to talk some fishing. Are you fishing that tournament, Ryan? Or are you just going to?
Yeah, I'm going to fish.
Okay, good. So we're going
to. August, man.
I know it's your time of year and all that. We'll talk about that. But we're getting ready to get into it. But the biggest thing is, guys, seriously, no matter where you fish, take the time, because not only, can it help you in your tournament, helps the fish and all that, but there's also an element of what the public sees. And it's always the loudest ones that will see when a tournament happens and there's dead fish and they're floating. Sometimes it's inevitable, but if we can kind of minimize it to keep Mrs. Karen and her husband, Ken, whatever, from screaming about how it goes a long way with that too. So Tim says that fish survived, but I had it hanging over the side of the boat in the net for about 10 minutes till I could get my live well water warmer. And listen, and interesting though, you said that fish was top water too. I mean, it could have had it could have pulled a Danny Pruitt, because I mean, I jump in a cold shower and my ass is like, I have a bad reaction to it as well. So, but again, whatever system you find works for you, let's just make sure we do it. Agreed? Works for
Great.
y'all. Messick says the Mr. Bubbles aerator is the best thing I bought for my boat. Last I checked, they were on sale at Academy for $40. Yeah, I mean, just find something that works. That's the biggest thing. All right. I want to look at a couple of your baits real quick. I want to look at a couple of your baits. So for those guys that don't know, Ryan is back to tying jigs, producing baits. His new company is Iron Current Tackle. And he taught me how to tie a jig, so the man knows what the hell he's doing and all that. But Ryan, real quick, for those that don't know, just give me a real quick selection of what you are making currently.
At current, I'm just making jigs, buzz baits. I got two different kinds of buzz baits that I'm making. I got the double blade MFBB, and then I've got a small compact profile skipping buzz bait, and then of course shaky heads. I've got some other stuff coming down the line. I'm gonna be doing some spinner baits, and I'm gonna be working on that, and then just kind of whatever else, kind of like my main, thing that I guess I'm good at. I do have a kind of a prototype thing that I'm going to be testing coming out soon.
Ooh, what?
It's kind of unique. It's for all the fluke fishermen out there.
Uh-huh.
So I've got a little something that's that's in the works. I'm working on it. So
You're not gonna drop no more than that, though, are you?
It's a rig. Let's just put it to you like that.
Okay.
It's a rig for fishing a fluke.
Okay. All right. I
So
like it.
we'll see how well it does. I mean, there's so many different so many different rigs out there now for fluke fishing, but this is this little fluke rig. I don't have a name for it yet, but this little fluke rig it's going to be interesting to see.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting to see, especially for those guys who like to fish a fluke a little bit deeper.
So, I got you. I'm following you.
That's kind of going to be the premise of it. So
Okay. I like it. Real quick, let me and I want to get this comment in because Mark Johnson, he's got a comment, but I want to say this, Mark. Like every time I look down at TikTok, your name is there. No matter what we do, honest to goodness, Mark Johnson, and you will stay the entire show most times. So first of all, I want to personally thank you for following us along on TikTok, man. Because I mean, trust me, on this side of the camera, it gets noticed. I see certain names on this side that I know they're going to be here no matter what. And honestly, I've about gotten to where, you know what? If I don't see your name, I think something's wrong with you. But I want to personally say thank you for watching the show. He said I put in on Hartwell at Gum Branch Sunday morning, and he's seen a few good ones floating. It happens, and that we kind of really don't want to do that. And then Steve, real quick, back to the fish cage. Goes, are you familiar with the fish lung? If so, what are your thoughts? Real quick, Ryan, what are your thoughts on that?
I would love to have one, but I don't have that kind of money just to drop on that system.
Is that what Kevin's got?
It's expensive.
It's a damn bomb on your boat.
I guess you could say that, but
what, Kevin?
I don't have that on my boat.
No, Kevin Underwood. Kevin Underwood has one, I think. Don't he have that system?
I don't know. I have no
I don't know
idea.
either.
The fish lung is this system that you can do it yourself if you're technically savvy and stuff. But
I'm out then.
Someone you can get it hooked up, or you can install it yourself. But it's like a motor that's like, and it like pumps like. It's kind of like one of them the best way I would describe it. It's like a dialysis machine for your boat, for your Livewell system.
Okay.
So, but it's got a stone in it and stuff too. And it really pumps out the oxygen, and it really it will not. They was out on when it first came out, you can go look them up on YouTube and stuff. But like when it first came out a couple of years ago, like they were in Alabama on Gunnersville, like 90-degree water, and they were pumping out like 78-degree water temperature in their live wells.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it
But it
was
is,
pretty wild.
but it is a damn bomb.
I guess it looks like one.
It looks like one. Mark, hey, let's appreciate the kind words, dude. And I meant what I said. I love seeing your name there all the time. Let's see. Tim, real quick, show us your shaky head.
I had to get one over there.
Well, go
I,
get your ass up and go get one.
I have to go get one.
Go get
It's
one.
just a regular old run of the mill. It's just a regular old run of the mill shaky head. The way I like to use a shaky head.
There you go. JT Kenny had a jitter frog, says Patricia. And then Ron Swinford, he put this in the comment section, and I did not know this. For all the Georgia and Georgia Southern fans and all the college football fans, take a second today. It would have been Irk Russell's 100th birthday today. He should be in the College Hall of Fame. I agree with you 100%. My daddy would bring home them. I got some like Coca-Cola platters from when Georgia won back in 1980. We got some memorabilia here and there, but I think if I remember correctly, I'm sure it's in the attic stowed away somewhere. But it's got Dooley and all that, but it's got Irk Russell. That's the Junkyard Dogs and all that stuff back then. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Show. I know what you make, but go ahead and show it. It's just it is a standard.
That's the shaky head.
Yeah.
It's a stand-up shaky head. It will stand up. And it does have a screw lock. Some people like screw lock, some people don't. That's a 5/0 hook. And then it's a horizontal line. I mean, a vertical line tie on a shaky head I like a vertical line tie. There's a lot of people who do like vertical line ties more than horizontal line ties. A vertical line tie kind of comes through like rock and stuff a little bit better with just a little ball head instead of like a football jig or something like that, where you've got this, football shape or like an archy head where it'll kind of like bounce around through the rocks. The shaky head, sometimes they get hung, but I've been fishing one like this for years with this kind of line tie, and I haven't. I mean, I lose very few, so it's been a good little shaky head for me. Got a VMC hook in it, and it's that's pretty much the shaky head. And then the newest buzzbait thing, and I guess I'll show off the new buzzbait. This is the new buzzbait. This is the big skipper, is what we call it. And that's
is that what Kay meant up here?
Yeah, that's for Tony and Kay. That's what I called it, the big skipper. But it actually works. We've actually been catching fish the past 2 weekends in a row on this bait, putting a horny toad on it and totally covering up over here, sliding it over the bullet point of the head. It's a small head, just totally slide it over. And right now they have a 4/0 hook, but right now in the early stages, I'm thinking about changing it to a 3/0. So that way, for the people who want to put like fat Kitex or swim baits and stuff on them, because this hook right now, it doesn't really do good with like the 3.8 Kitex. It's a little bit too far back, so I'm thinking I might go 3/0 and keep them at 3/0. But that's how they come. They're unpainted. If you want them painted, you just have to tell me you want them painted. But you're supposed to kind of cover it up. So
there's no need to paint it if you're going to slide a horny toad across it.
But it's a real light. And the other problem with the same way that I make my buzz baits, and you can kind of see the way that I'm doing this. A lot of problems with buzz baits is the wire is too small of diameter. This is a 50 thousandths wire. Bronson literally caught a fish Sunday on this thing and literally just went, and there was nothing wrong with it.
What do you think what is, just on average, what's the standard wire for a production buzz bait from like a company?
Most of them probably around 40 thousandths.
Okay, so it's a little thicker.
Yeah, I mean there's a few out there that go up to 45. 35 thousandths wire buzz baits. You're going to catch like 1 or 2 fish on them, and then they're garbage.
Yeah,
you won't never get they'll blow the lead wire out, the lead head out. They'll blow them up. They'll never run. They won't run worth of crap anymore.
Well, I mean,
few good fish.
So I mean, I know your other buzz bait is a twin blade, got the floats on it, and for a production one, I've thrown the accent, okay, the B2B. But if I'm being honest, I don't know what that wire is in that one. But if you get a couple of good ones and you get one nice ass spot on Lake Lanier that's just gnarly, it will jack that buzzbait up. That's the only issue I have with that. Because I mean, it's got to be what? What do you think that wire is on the B2B?
I've actually measured the B2 buzzbait and it's 35 thousandths wire.
See, it's very thin.
It's 35 thousandths wire is like spinnerbait wire.
Yeah.
And for those of us that throw spinnerbait and catch fish, as I'm sure about everyone in the comment section nearly, except for Tony Collum, just messing with you, buddy. Most everyone's caught some fish on spinnerbaits. Like we'll just take like one of the more popular brands, like a War Eagle. You can go to Walmart and buy a damn War Eagle spinnerbait, and they're made out of 35 thousandths wire.
Mhm.
You catch a couple fish on one, even if they're like 2-pounders, like roughly around in there. Like you got to kind of start thinking about how many more casts do I want to make with this thing. Because then you'd be like me up on Hartwell a long time ago, and then you'll break off and you'll wonder what the heck just happened. And then something funny's on the end of your line because you feel something weird. And right below the line tie, you have everything above the spinnerbait, and the fish is out there swimming around with the lead body and skirt and trailer and hook.
Look. Tony heard you. He says, damn it, I catch them on it now. All right. So
Good.
it's about time, Tony. Tony has come over to the dark side and all that. But again, and being serious though, yeah, that's the one thing. Because I mean, we carried them at the shop. They run good. I mean, it is. But after two fish, it's like a one-eyed, just whatever. It's just off going by itself. And I try to bend it. I've tried to configure it as best I can. You might get it a time or two later, but another fish comes and it's done. It's trashed. It's 3-4 fish tops if they're not even super aggressive. So you're double. I mean,
Well,
what's it?
Once a lot of the double blade buzz talk, I'll be back.
Yeah, he's gonna go get one. So Eddie wants to know, how do we order from you? And I'll ask Ryan again when he gets back. But I think you just go to ironcurrenttackle.com. I think we'll double check. Yes, he said. Mark, I'll ask him that. Mark says on TikTok, when are you fishing a buzzbait? And I'll tell you, around here, a lot of guys will fish it year round, except in like the super coldest of the winter. But I'll give you an example. And this is on the electric only side. And this has been 5, 6, 7 years ago. It's been a hot minute. But Dahlonega John Boat Anglers, small electric only club at the time, was fishing Yahula Reservoir up in Dahlonega. And it was the reason I remember this is because it was the day of Jimbo's Expo. And so we were at Jimbo's Expo. It was snowing. Now, I ain't talking about full blizzard or nothing. Some heavy snow flurries. The wind was blowing probably 30 miles an hour. It was one of those winter days that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't put enough clothes on to keep the wind from cutting through. And we were fishing in Dahlonega at that time, but we missed that tournament because we were at Jimbo's Expo. Keith White was not doing very well in that tournament, and it was just as cold and snowy and windy up there. And about 1 o'clock, he pulled out a buzzbait. He's like, hell, I've tried everything else in my tackle box. And he won that tournament on a buzzbait in January or early February, wind blowing like crazy and snowing. But I would say, I mean, Ryan, typically, what is actual like supremely the supreme window for a buzzbait?
It's controversial.
Look at Messick's comment right there. He says, if you can see the turtles out, you can catch them on a buzzbait. I mean, yeah, I guess so. How do they order from you real quick, and then we'll get on back in the conversation? Is it ironcurrenttackle.com?
It's ironcurrenttacklecompany.com. Follow me on Facebook, and then there's links and stuff on Facebook all the time linking to the website. I'm still kind of buried on Google, but if you actually Google Iron Current Tackle Company, typically like the buzzbait pops up. and it'll
Yeah.
like take you directly a link to the buzzbait page, but then you just click home and then there's everything else.
Well, Ryan, let me tell you, if you would allow Digital Sportsman to take over your website, we will do an absolute jam up job and get you ranked on Google, fix your Google Analytics, we'll increase your SEO, AI SEO, and we will give you a website that works for you, not against you.
I like that pitch.
rehearsed.
When I'm ready to go full time, then I'll probably do that.
Uh,
So,
but it really, honestly, I know we do guides and all that, but we really do websites like that. And if your website, and this is for any of you guys out there, if your website is not designed, everybody thinks about Google and all that. If your website in today's age is not designed to maximize on AI, these young kids are going to Chat GPT, Grok, all these. They're going to all of those, like we did Google. So you better have it set up for your AI SEO. All right, there's enough. Go ahead, Ron. And listen,
so
Clayton, you smart ass. Did you see this? Do you ship faster than Danny? Everybody in the world ships faster than Danny.
I typically right now though, not making fun at Danny. Typically right now, if you order from me, I will either ship you the very next day or the day after.
Like a company's supposed to.
Yeah, I've been real hard on that. So
yeah. Well,
I've got a couple packages being delivered tomorrow.
Yeah.
To people that ordered on Monday.
There you go. He doesn't
have
a
wonderful USPS system. They were in the mailbox Tuesday morning before I went to my regular job, and they're showing up tomorrow. So just in time for the weekend.
Yeah, there you go, like that. So listen, Ryan does not have the amount of squirrels running around in his head that I do. And he'll tell you that for sure. He's hung around me long enough. All right, quick. Go ahead.
So this is an older model. This is an older model one, and it's got these old floats. I don't do the floats like this anymore because they're hard to get. But this is the smaller version of the MFBB, and so. The problem with the
man, hold on a second. I'm gonna get you here. Hold on a second. I want to get you in the big camera.
Oh, you good?
No, Danny's pressing buttons that he don't know what in the hell he's doing. Let me try this one. That's too close to you. Let's see. Now I'm gonna go on the back side here. Oh, it's decent, but I want people to see up close. Hold on a second. I can do this, guys. I can do this. I know I can do it. All right. So if I go right here and I grab you. And I slide you to here. Nope. I'll figure it out. Go ahead. Just show what you can. Dadgummit. This is why you guys ran the cameras and the switchboards and all that back.
Yeah, I know. We were the ones who were, me and Paul, we were the technical side of things. So you just have to look, Tony's helping you out. Just drag the screen over. Okay,
Tony. All right, hold on. Listen. I love my guys.
We'll wait. We'll give you a minute.
There we go.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go super big. Now there you go.
Look at Tony.
Tony's the man. I surround myself with good people.
So you'd have to imagine that this is a Accent Lures, the B2 buzzbait. I've caught hundreds of fish on the Accent Lures B2 buzzbait. But like Danny said earlier, the problem with the B2 is the wire and then the way that they connect the frame together. They actually connect the frame up here where the wire arms go together, and they're actually soldered with a piece that goes around it that just basically just like wraps around it and holds it. I've actually had those bust off, and you lose this entire application right here when that happens. This is a sleeve. It's a metal sleeve that's been crimped. It holds everything together. So the problem with the B2s is as you keep catching fish, you got a fish on the hook right here, and he's pulling, right? And the buzzbait's doing this. And then you get the fish in the boat. And then when you take the hook out of the fish, the B2 looks like this. And then you try to bend it, and you're trying to get it back, and you can't get the damn thing to run right again.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So with this heavy wire and the way that this buzzbait is, as you can see, I can grab it by the back of the floats, and I can do this, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And it goes right back straight. you can do a lot of things to this buzz bait, and it will run back. It will come back straight. This is some heavy wire, and with a buzz bait, you. Some people say, well, you sacrifice an action with the buzz bait. I don't necessarily think so, because if a bass is dumb enough to hit this thing, I mean, what does this look like? It doesn't look like much of anything really. But if a bass wants to do this, um, or wants to eat this, excuse me, I mean, they're eating it out of a feeding reaction or just a reaction bite, period. So, yeah, so this whole apparatus, the way that it is made, is built to catch tons and tons and tons and tons of fish. That's the whole purpose of it. I've got one in my boat. I showed one to Matt Dillard at Livewell. I'll actually be in the Livewell bait and tackle. They'll have jigs and buzz baits here in the next week or so.
Hold on a second.
What are you doing now?
No, just hold on a second. I know that there is a sound that I can do that to make it really cool that you got in there. I don't know where clap is. We'll just give you the chill hop. Let's see if it works. I just saw it. No, that ain't. I wanted some applause when you said we're in the buzz bait and tackle. And okay, so I sucked that up too. My bad. But listen, though, I mean, well, you know how it is. If the blade turns, it has all the action it needs. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we've got this longer gap, so that way, if they come up to try to swat it, try to eat the blades, you can still get a hold of them. Those of you guys that's met me in person know how big this is. This is the small version. This is the 1/4 ounce. The frame itself is the same whether you get the big ones or the little one, which is what this one is. But the frame is the same, but you've got a lot of bite here, and that's a big old hook. And other thing too is that we put a double keeper on here, so that way you've got something to
do.
Put your piece of plastic on. So
okay, I like
whatever you want.
I like it. I'm sorry for laughing. They're giving me hell in the comment section. I didn't, Ron. I forgot. Hey, there, because I think Danny has not shipped something I won for trivia in week 4 of the show.
So I will show you this, and then we can
somebody.
get back to talking about fishing.
Do it.
So I will show you this. This is an early concept from, and Danny's probably gonna kill me.
No,
I made this probably like 9 or 10 years ago.
Let's see what it is.
I've never really showed it to many people.
Let's see.
And now that we're doing this, I kind of thought, well, and then as popular as fluke fishing has gotten, I was like, well,
okay.
Maybe there's a small market for this. So we're going to try it, and we're going to see how well it does. If it doesn't and it craps the bed, then, hey, you never know.
All right.
It's got a rusty old hook on it because that's how old it is. But this is the concept of the fluke rig.
Okay, I am trying to figure that booger out right there.
So,
but I am pissed off at you that you're holding secrets from me.
You put the fluke up here, but but this is not going to exist. I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to wrap this around so it's a closed pin, and then I'm going to put a centering pin screw lock in here. So you screw your fluke on, and then you take it and you rig it just like through here, and then they have this back here. If I go grab a fluke, I kind of show you.
Go grab a fluke. Hey, yeah, Clayton. Doug Clayton threw me under the bus, didn't you? Clayton, listen. Let me be honest with you guys. If y'all wasn't making fun of me or giving me hell, I wouldn't think that you guys like me. So you keep it on. I mean, yeah, I love you guys, but hell, Ron.
Danny froze.
Where I'm around everything.
He froze, Ryan.
He did. I hate it for him. I hate it for him.
That gauge wire he's using.
Yeah. Can he still see me? Can everybody still see me?
Yeah, they can see you.
Okay.
I can see you.
We will see. And if not, you getting a private tour. Danny gone.
Yeah.
That's okay. So you're just gonna thread your fluke on, but you're gonna put it on with the screw lock, and then you just embed it.
You hook back over the top like you normally do.
And that's it. And that's the rig. That's the way that the rig is. And then it's got some weight on it.
Hot damn power went off here, guys.
So, you know.
My bad. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
I got to reset my cameras and everything. Honest to goodness, I was just sitting here and like the whole power and everything.
I'm like Tim. I thought he was really concentrating for a minute.
Farmer probably had something to do with that.
I'm gonna kick Farmer's ass, amicable EMC. So y'all keep talking. Give me a second. I got to reset my camera.
So yeah, so that's kind of it. So, so yeah. So anyway, tell us how you caught them fish the other night. That's what I want to know.
Where, on tuna?
Yeah.
Dead sticking?
Dead sticking what?
Because
a worm.
Yeah, we caught a little old fish and he threw his rod down and ran up and netted it.
There we go.
We put a clip on it, put it in the live well. I rigged up again. He picked up his rod and he had a 4-pound fish on the other side. And I said, let's try that a little bit. And damn if that didn't work.
It's always fun to figure something out.
We were doing that and eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and Reese cups, or Snicker bars rather.
Pay the damn power bill, Danny. Real quick, Mark Johnson on TikTok, and y'all can't see it. He wants to know if that treble hook staying.
Yes.
Ryan.
What?
Is the treble hook staying on your thing? Your little thing? Kevin.
Yeah,
said
the treble hook's staying.
Okay. Let me pull that up because I don't know if they got a big picture of it. Okay, there we go.
It's going to give you a full treble hook, though.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a full treble hook, not an old rusty one from 2016. But this is kind of the concept. This is the rough concept of it. And this weight will not move because that's just the old clam weight that I was when I was making the thing, trying to figure out how to make them this way. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. But it's going to look different. And when I come out with them, you'll see the final product. And we'll see how they work.
I like that. Now, Doc Hall, again, my followers are really giving me. If you're kicking Farmer, I'm going to need a ladder. I know him and Ryan both. All right. And real quick, so let's get to this. What is dead sticking? Messick wants to know. Because, listen, he's from South Carolina. They're a little bit behind us a little bit. Messick, I'm just kidding with you. Kevin, explain dead sticking to our boy.
Where you just throw your bait out there. We were fishing a worm. Throw your bait out there and let it sit. And when they say real slow, you're just letting this thing sit. You're not moving it at all for, it seems like 30 seconds. But that's all it is, really. And then you just barely start moving it from there.
Yeah, it is.
And most of the time, they were on it. They were on it.
All right, real quick. Before
you do a question of the night, Danny?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's do a question of the night. Let me pull these up a little bit bigger because if you answer now, Kevin, you're the only one that's got the answer.
I'll watch for it
because Tim's not here. Now, if you win the question that we got a fantastic product from Sunline. We got the All Might sinking line right there. PE 13-pound test in the orange color. I tell you what, guys, I've started throwing this. I tried some sinking line from some other companies and I didn't like it. You guys know, I mean, on my spinning rods and all, I wanted to try it with the wacky, get it down a little quicker and everything. I always got wind knots and everything. I have been throwing the Sunline here, and I will tell you this This throws pretty dang smooth for some sinking braid right there. So whoever answers the question first tonight will get this. All right. So there you go. What's the question, Kevin?
All right, it's got one answer only. And I've given you a clue already tonight. What kind of liquor is in each of the John Wick movies? And I want the full name. What kind of liquor is in each of the John Wick movies? The full name.
You know what? Like I really wished. Now I watch movies like that, and I'm like, I really would like to be John Wick for about a week.
Yeah.
That is the baddest ass man on the face of the planet, and Keanu Reeves does it perfectly. Uh, I would love to be John Wick. Now, I mean, he gets the hell beat out of him too. I mean, I don't want to go through all that, but just the way he beats on people and everything, and can shoot guns and stuff, man's got some talent. Um, while that we did the question of the night, Ryan. So while you're away, so Kevin's doing that, and while we got it, Mark Johnson on TikTok wants to know: are you still working it like a regular fluke? That rig?
Yeah, pretty much. That so like so originally like the originally the whole concept behind it was like back then. This was before forward facing sonar, so like we knew they hit flukes and stuff like around brush piles and over brush piles and stuff like that. But like sometimes they would come up and just like they
You
do
got a
now.
winner.
Who won?
Eddie J.
All right, the correct answer is Blanton's single barrel bourbon. Oh, there you go, Eddie J.
That is correct.
You got some line, and given the way the guys have been giving me crap tonight, you'll get it about October. But go ahead and send me your address if I ain't got it. You know who I owe a prize to? Oh,
Who?
Hancock, Tim Hancock. You know, he's a grumpy old man like you. And the thing about it is when I got home from my cast, it looked like a bomb went off, and me and my daughter Tatum got in this room, and my room is spotless. Everything's organized because she does stuff like that. I call it stress cleaning, but she cleaned up my entire office. We moved my desk around, and then I was looking today, and right there said, I owe him a money saver lure retriever and a groove box. And I was like, oh crap, I got to give that to Tim. But anyway, Eddie J, listen, on October of 2027, Tim says, listen, it gives me some time, but you just got to helm me, dude. Y'all got to stay on my ass if I owe you something. Again, there's a ton of squirrels going on in my head. That's what my doctor said. My head is like an entire every channel on direct TV you got is playing in my head at the same time. So look, Kent, look at Ryan, look at this disrespect we got going on right here. Look at this. It's crazy.
I'm
Hey,
not saying nothing.
hey, you know what, Mark Johnson, you put that, what was it? So it wasn't Blanton's single barrel.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Mark Johnson said that on TikTok too. And you know what, Mark? It's kind of hard for you guys on TikTok to win. I think I got another one. So message me on TikTok. Hell, I'll send you one too. And if I don't, I'll give you something similar. Back to the fluke thing. All right, okay, that's all pretty cool. My feelings are kind of hurt that you didn't let me see that and all the time we spent together. And I thought we were closer than that. But at the same time, I got to thinking about this. I didn't know about your little double-bladed buzz bait, your little secret one, for a long time. You held that kind of tight too.
Well, I'm a bass fisherman. You can't let all the secrets out.
All right, I get it. All right, so let's transition a little bit. Anyway, real quick before we do that, especially if you're listening to this on Spotify and all that, now that we are back up and running, where can they go order anything? Look at your website, look at your baits one more time.
It's Iron Current Tackle Company. You can follow me on Facebook and TikTok. I'm gonna be working on a YouTube channel. I got me some GoPro stuff and whatnot. I already got a little bit of footage this past weekend.
You got a wide ass lens?
I'm working on trying to get everything squared away with it. So I have a critiquer. He's professionally critiquing me and bashing me at the same time, telling me how shit I am
It ain't
filming
Bronson.
myself.
Is it
No, it's not.
okay? I'm gonna say Bronson don't need to be telling nobody about it.
There's going to be a lot. If you're friends with me on Facebook too, you got to get to see a sneak peek of what fishing with Bronson Cox is like.
Like me, I heard bang.
It's he sent a buzz bait on top of a roof.
I saw,
Yep.
I saw that video. I saw that. I'm like, all right, well, I can't make fun
And
of
I
Bronson.
didn't really realize at the time that I very nonchalantly just said, "Hey, there's a roof right there."
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's still better than hitting you in the back.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah. He ain't hit me yet. So
I gotta go find that. I gotta go find that video. It's on the page somewhere. Ugh.
yeah,
You
it
you,
hurt.
you weren't happy that day. And then let's see. Jeremy Conquest says, no, it's just one squirrel that lost its nut for sure. And he also said, we need a John Wick and Jason Bourne fight. I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, I mean, I watch them things and like, I wish I was them. I really do. I'd like to just walk through a town and just absolutely whip everybody's ass and then walk away with, in the end, all fine and dandy. I got to ask this question. And I know we're getting to the fishing talk. Kevin, one character from the movies for your entire life, just the baddest man alive that you wished you could be for 1 week. Who would it be?
Rooster Cogburn,
I knew he was going to say Rooster Cogburn. How did I
John
know?
Wayne.
God, he showed his age right there, is he not?
Well, shit, that's who I would want to be.
All right, fair enough. And you guys can throw yours in the
He's a
comment
hot
section.
damn. That's a Colt Dragoon. What are you, as a little lady like you, doing with that kind of firepower?
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, who would you want to be?
Me?
Yeah.
Um,
One superhero, one bad man, just for 1 week of your life. And then you got to go.
No, I wouldn't want to be the whole. I'd honestly probably want to be like Batman
Oh, my Lord.
because he's got. Man, think about how much money he got for like. Just give me a week worth of being for him, and I'll handle my life. Like for real. Wayne Enterprises won't miss that money.
So what's that, Father Time? Say your guy again, Kevin.
Rooster Cogburn.
Rooster Cogburn.
Yeah, he was John Wayne.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
A True Grit.
True Grit.
True Grit.
Then Joe Bennett says Clint Eastwood. And Pontoon Jody says hello. How you doing, honey? Tony Collins says the Punisher.
His wife.
And listen, he wants to know if your pick was that 300 BC. All right, listen, you know who I'd be? Honestly, I'd be like not this new Odyssey that's coming out that's kind of woke, but the original one with Brad Pitt was Achilles.
You'd want to be Sean Bean.
Who?
Or no, not Sean Bean. You'd want to be the Achilles, the Brad Pitt, the Troy. Troy 2004. Troy. I thought you were going to say you was going to be Odysseus.
Yeah, no. I want to be Troy, but you and I could recreate that scene. Remember when the two armies are together and that one king pulls out that big old bad bald-headed guy? He's like, raw.
Boagrius.
Yeah, and then Pitt shows up and he just runs at his ass one time, dodges a spear and just slams him right in the shoulder right there and drops him dead.
You ain't running at me and jumping and
but I would
me down like that.
But if I was Achilles in Troy, I would.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
Play along with my character, dude. Steve says Deadpool.
My
my wife likes Deadpool. Mark Johnson on TikTok says Deadpool. And there's other guys sitting there. I know you guys, you're thinking it and you're just too daggum embarrassed to say it. Somebody out there saying Ron Jeremy or something. I'm sure we got one or two of you guys in the audience as well. All right, let's talk about, now that we've established that my character is better than all of yours. You're the richest, and Father Times is like,
he's got True Grit.
He's got True Grit. All right.
On the hat, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, hey, I like it. I like it. Go with what you want to be. Now let's talk about for the next few weeks actual fishing. All right. I know you like to throw certain baits this time of year. I know kind of when you throw them and kind of, I mean, you throw your basic stuff, your buzz bait, your horny toes, you're throwing all that. I want to know this though. How soon is it before the bass start actually. And I know Brian Latimer says there ain't no such thing, but when what we call the fall transition uh, starts occurring, because we're getting into August, and you got to start thinking about fall fishing here shortly.
Depends upon how hot it stays. Could be as early as mid-September. You're going to start seeing some things start making you go, yeah, the bass are, yes, they are definitely moving into the major creek mouths, starting to feed on the smaller bait.
Hey,
Around mid end of September is probably when you're going to start seeing that.
look at that. Tim's got my back. He said I'd be on you like a spider monkey, like a fat ass spider monkey. And Doug goes, I had to step away. Did I win? No, Doug, you didn't win. Mid September, Josh says, okay. The only reason I ask is because we start talking about summertime patterns right about May. And my God, we talk about the same summertime patterns for the next 3 months. It really don't change. If you're a scoper and want to go deep, you can do it. If you want to beat the banks with a buzz bait, let's say I want to go largemouth fishing. Let's say I want to go to Lanier and I want a largemouth fish as opposed to chasing spots. Are we still working like the horny toads and things like that? Are we trying to find some docks and finding some ambush fish?
Well, that's pretty much where I caught like all of our fish between the two of us the past 2 weekends. It's been shallow brim beds, areas where the brim are, docks, deep docks, shallow docks, just kind of focusing around shade lines. And you're not necessarily like, it's not necessarily like a because I didn't win, obviously I didn't have, but like I got we Sunday was interesting in my club because the top three had 20 pounds, then we had almost 18, then we had a 15, then we had a 13, and I got fifth with like 10:58. And I was like,
Oh.
what the hell?
How many boats?
Oh, we had 22.
22. So I mean,
yeah, my club this year is pretty big. We're a little bit bigger this year, and which I'm loving every second of it. But
good.
But anyway, basically fishing the way that I like to fish this time of year. You're either going to catch like 10 pounds, 11 pounds, or you're going to break the bank.
Yeah.
And if you break the bank, then no one knows any different. You've got a big bag of 5 fish or 3 fish, whatever your tournament is. Or you do like what I did, and it was just an absolute grinder. There was some really, really good fishermen who had 5 fish that didn't even weigh 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Sunday.
And it happens.
It's July, dude.
Yeah, I know.
There's some really good fishermen that just don't always go out there and just smoke them every single tournament. And there are plenty of them who spend lots and lots and lots of time on the water, and they just know what's going on all the time. And they put the live scope to use pretty hard with a minnow and fluke and stuff like that. But and they've got that thing figured out, and all you can do is just kind of smile and grin when they have those big bags of spots, specifically on Lanier. But we had 2 over 5 weighed in. One of them, the big fish, ended up being a spot that was like 5. Josh is in the comment section, so it was like 520 something. But then we had one that was 5. I guess he's gone.
No, I'm here. Keep talking.
He got rid of it.
Yeah, I'm doing
our
something.
second biggest fish was a big old spot that was like brown and gold, and it was caught by my good buddy Todd Burke in an area that I had already fished earlier that morning. He came behind me a few hours later and caught this spot, and it was 513. and he caught it out of like 2 foot of water.
Gotcha.
So, so yeah, so it's there's kind of like two there's kind of like two ways really to like kind of attack things right now, depending upon how you want to fish and how you like to fish.
Right.
You can go out there and drift around in the timber and around the humps and stuff, and stare at your screen and try to get those fish to come up fishing that deeper bite for those big schools of spots and largemouth. And then, if you want to, you can go shallow and try to gamble on that and see if that'll work out for you.
Gotcha. Now I pulled something up because we did something on the lunch. I'm going to get your opinion on in a second, but we're going to get to Mike Geiger's question. I'm needing some good information for a night tournament on Hartwell next month. On Hartwell. I mean, when's the last time you fished Hartwell at night? It's been a hot minute, ain't it?
It's been a long time since I fished it at night.
Well, let's say you're going
What
up.
time is it? Like actual night is like 6 till. Are you got some daylight?
I don't know. Let's say you do. Let's say you're fishing 6 to 12, just for question's sake. You ain't been on Hartwell in forever, and you're going up there absolutely blind. And Kevin, you can jump in on this too. What are you going to start off with for the remainder of the daylight? I want to get both of your answers, and then we'll go into the dark. So 6 to dark. What are you throwing, Ryan?
Well, if I was going up there totally blind, I pretty much would just do my confidence thing. I would go shallow and try to see if I can't catch a couple, and then after darkness comes in, I'd probably go, and Hartwell's a largemouth lake primarily, so I'd probably have me like a big 10.5-inch long worm on Texas rig. Go fish some brush piles, around docks. They can have a light on them. Don't have to necessarily be a green light. They can be just a regular old lamp light if they've got some brush around them, if you know where any is. You can even do that offshore some. You on my good end, you on my side of the lake too, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's my side of Hartwell. So yeah, that side of Hartwell and Tugaloo side, probably for 2 hours, I would probably I would just put whatever my strength is in my hand for daylight. And then after that, just pretty much kind of fish kind of relatively slow, methodical, pick a place that, is pick places where that fish should be this time of year, and try to figure out kind of what they're doing, and figure out how to get a bite.
Kevin, I saw you when he said Texas rig. Boy, you shook your head like, yes.
Big worm, absolutely.
That's what you would do before the sun goes down.
Big straight tail worm. I'd have a spinner bait on. Big black 3/4 ounce spinner bait, and I'd have a jig.
Okay. I know the second we put that question up, Mark Johnson, of course, he's up there on TikTok. He says, run the lights in Lights Wood or the Tougaloo. Messick immediately said, run and gun lights on Hartwell. Throw a Fritz side 5 in the green lights if you can find one. In the daytime, if you have scope, go fill your limit with spots. And then he says, he's talking about his Fritz side right here. Kentucky Blue, the silent one, not the rattling crankbait. So maybe that'll help you right there, Geiger, because, I mean, those guys live on Hartwell. Have you ever fished Hartwell, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
When's the last time you fished it?
Probably 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
You ever fished it at night?
Boy, it's different.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I bet.
Does early morning count?
Yeah, right. No,
it's dark.
I mean, it's dark. Technically, if we want to get technical about it. And again, Tim's giving, and this is a tried and true thing. Slow roll a black single Colorado spinnerbait around docks after dark. Geiger says a Magnum trick worm or an old monster. And again, but like Ryan, so when he said it's been about 8 years, I saw you went, oh, it's a different lake now. How has Hartwell changed in the last 8 years?
Just for me, it's the largemouth in that lake. Just, I guess it's because of the way that they deal with the water situation on that lake, but there ain't much grass in that lake anymore like there used to be. There's hardly any at all, to my knowledge, where there used to be grass, like in the back of East Denali, the back of Gumlog Creek. You go back there, there was actually like grass, and there'd always be fish around them, back there. But a lot of the fish are either roaming the bank real shallow all the time, and like wolf packs, or they're schooled up offshore somewhere, from one end of the lake to the other end of the lake. Back then, 8 years ago, we didn't even think about going any deeper than like 15 foot of water on Hartwell. We stayed pretty shallow, no matter what time of year it was. And we
Yeah.
had a little bit of success doing that back then.
Yeah, Kevin's shaking his head in agreement. And Kevin, one thing, and Kevin, of course, and Ryan, you know this. He's from old Florida, and when we were down at ICAST, we talked to a lot of guys. I talked to a lot of guys that were from Florida, and it is so funny when, like the one kid from Roland Martin Arena, Cole. So we talked to this guy, and I'm gonna sign him up on DS and all that. But he does some guiding out of Roland Martin's place, and what was funny as hell when he's talking about, oh, it's kind of deep. What do you say, like 8, 10, something like that?
Yeah, 9 feet.
But he wants to come up here and fish Lanier, and I'm like, hell, your ass better get ready to go. If it was this time, I'd take him and let somebody scope him out about 40 feet, just blow his mind. And Ron's back. He lost his internet too. So I guess, I don't know, maybe it's raining outside. I don't know. Ours just kind of, my power just went off. And I said, oh, hell, it's live. This is what happens. So let's do Lanier right now. Standard stuff still working at night. We're still throwing a big Colorado, big worm, nothing. What are you laughing at?
It was terrible the other night. We fished 4 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Ooh, that's
and
awful.
It was god awful the first 2 hours of daylight. I had one bite. I had one absolutely smoked the fool out of a black spinnerbait, and I jerked, and there was nothing there. And then I didn't get a bite on anything else the rest of the time before daylight. And then I ran to a place first thing in the morning, real shallow, and in 30 minutes we had a limit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do those hours because of the heat.
Yeah.
But my God, you can't go in there and expect to really do good those first 2 or 3 hours. Did anybody do good early?
I don't. A couple of the people that we talked to, some of them said they caught a couple. Some of them said they didn't have a bite at all. Like I said, the only one that I know I had one smoke a black spinnerbait out on a hump, and it didn't get it, and that was the only action that we saw. And we at 6:05, I ran to a place and put the trolling motor down, started going, and not even 30 minutes later, we had a limit.
Yeah. Doug, I'm right there with you. I suck in the hot months. There, I said it. Mark said on TikTok, Ryan has it dialed. We own a marine construction company and have brush piles all over Hartwell. We need to be friends. We need to stay friends with them.
It's full of them. It's full of brush.
Yeah. How about this? Messick says, when fishing the spinnerbait at night, are y'all just fishing in the dark with it? Now, Messick, let's work that question there a little bit. It depends on your definition of night. So
I'm dragging it.
When fishing the spinnerbait at night, are y'all just fishing in the dark with it? But
yes.
he might want to, I guess you might want to know how you're fishing it. So you're dragging, you're slow rolling.
You're
slow rolling, and I got to keep contact with the bottom.
Fair enough. Now, here's the question I've been waiting to ask Ryan, because we have never had a conversation about this, Ryan. Are you throwing any of the urchin baits? Are you throwing the koikis?
I don't own one.
Are you going to go buy one?
No.
Now, now listen, though. Here, I've heard you be adamant about not owning stuff before.
You can clip me if you want to. I don't care. That's whatever.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's 100%. I believe the koiki is a fad and it will go away within the next 2 years.
Okay. Hey, but you know what? You're not the only one to say that.
It doesn't look like anything. There's all kinds of plastic baits that are released year after year after year that look like something similar in the water. The koiki don't look like anything. I think a lot of them, they're biting it right now because they don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
And like what I always said, bass don't got hands, so they can't smack it away from them. And but I mean, I may eat crow in 2 years. I mean, it may be if you ain't throwing a koi key, then everything else can pound sand,
Mm-hmm.
out there. But I think it's a fad. I think it'll go away.
Easton Fothergill said that on this show.
Oh,
I
did
think
he
I
really?
think I think it was Easton. It was
It
one of the
just
pros.
it just isn't. It just isn't. It just doesn't look like anything. And a lot of the plastics and stuff that get released, and other baits and stuff that get released, they look like something. They imitate something that's actually real and
Yeah.
actually kind of alive, and kind of, or it's something that you know promotes an aggressive feed and strike. And I don't really know what the heck it does, to be
Uh,
honest with you. So,
so
but no, I'm not buying one. I've already had some people ask me if I would make some hooks for one. I was like, sure, I'll look into it. Good freaking luck. There are no frog hooks out there to be had
yeah.
out there in bulk. Everyone's trying to figure out something with the koiki, and I just think it's kind of like the banjo minnow, the mighty bite, the helicopter lure, all that stuff. I think it's just kind of like a fad,
Okay.
and
Listen,
it'll go away here in the next year or so.
fair enough.
Now
Listen,
the
fair enough.
minnow ain't going away, because the damn minnow looks just like a
Looks like a
flea in bait
fish.
fish,
I listen.
So
I am like Mark on TikTok said. He goes, I caught a 5.5 on Russell 2 weeks ago with it. I'm not gonna debate with anybody. The thing catches fish. What I get tickled with is how they try to explain it, like what you said. Well, it looks like a ball of bait. Like hell, I ain't never seen a ball of bait look like a corky, but a lot of companies will tell you this is what it looks like, and then it's water displacement and all this stuff. I just think a bass is stupid, and they think they can eat it. I don't think you got to get really any more complicated than that. Now I could be wrong. I'm just saying.
bass will eat anything they can get their mouth on. For the most part, if they can get it and trap it in some form or fashion, they'll eat it. But I mean, I know people are winning tournaments on it. I know people are catching big fish on it. But every time I pull up Facebook or something, there's somebody is selling one for I got 6 of these things for $300. I'm like, well, sure as hell ain't buying one,
Yeah,
And then everyone got any of them merchant baits.
got him in urchin baits.
They're like crack addicts, to them. People are looking for them and stuff. And I don't know. I just think, I mean, if someone wants to give me one, I might throw it, but I ain't gonna go out my way to spend the money on one. I'm just not.
Listen, I get it, and you're right on a lot of that. Now, Doc Holliday says Brooks, he calls them cat toys.
Cat toys. Yep.
Cat toys.
I
Jeremy
saw
said,
a TikTok that showed this guy, and it was playing that Goo Goo Dolls song, that Iris, I don't want the world to see me, whatever that one is. But it was the thing on there said, Dad, what was fishing like in 2026? And it's like, son, we played with cat toys.
I know. Eventually, we're going to have to answer for it for sure. The urchin bite is a reaction bite, Jeremy says. And again, remember earlier in the show, Ryan said he had that damn buzz bait up, and he was like, what does it look like? I think
Danny, for a new bait though, I have not seen so many rigging techniques as I have for any other bait that's come out.
100%. And some of them are very simple. Some of them you need a damn college degree to figure out how they got that thing hooked and all that. But no, you're right.
How many were down there at ICAST?
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way: there was a bunch, but don't fall into the social media thing when a lot of guys say that they was like it was wall to wall urchin baits.
No,
it was.
I figured all like the main some of the main 10 players in the industry. I figured they all had their version of it.
They do, they all do. But you get on social media and like, what do you guys? Same thing. You were talking about. It just irritated the crap out of you because everybody was complaining about not getting to go to ICAST. We were talking about that. Yeah. It's the same thing when I saw people like, it's just wall-to-wall urchin fest. And I'm like, no, dude, they're here. But there's probably just as many damn minnows that were there. And I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were there. But you know how things get kind of inflated. It
Yeah.
make and so it was some people's opinions of that were kind of inflated. I'm not saying they're not there. But then I was telling everybody the other day, though, while everybody's talking about that, I was paying attention as best I could because I didn't get to walk around because I was working. But the thing that caught my eye, and I've said this, I said it might have said on lunch break. There was a Japanese hook manufacturer right behind Digital Sportsman, and you would have been shocked to watch pro after pro after pro just kind of come in and absolutely quiz the daylights out of those Japanese guys about them hooks. And I don't even remember the name of the company. I know, I had a conversation with Easton Fothergill there because he was looking at them. But I think a lot of people that are kind of like us and all that, they're thinking urchins. I think the pros were down there looking at hooks. I
Yeah.
honestly think the pros had more concern about what's the hook what hook can I get? And it wasn't just urchin style bait hooks either. Because I was watching what they was picking up and all that. And
They were all on that frog hook big
oh,
time.
yeah, frog, like you said, Ryan, you can't buy them in bulk. They was, yeah. If you had a good frog hook, you probably had a pro in front of you trying to work a deal with you, for sure. Let's see. I got you, Bigfoot. All right, so Joshua's going to get you an urchin bait. Justin Reynolds, prickly pear, $8.99. Dick's has them. There you go. Let's see. I gotta agree it won't last forever, but gotta catch them while they're eating it. I get it. Listen, I get it. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't throwed one either. And I'll be honest, the first time anybody threw one that I was in a boat with was Robleski when we had that tournament up on Notley for Fishers
Mhm.
of Hope. And he was using it to work a bedded bass. And it was just kind of like, but I mean, he picked up that thing and I'm like, I looked at it and it is a full cast. And I'm like, there ain't no damn way something's going to hit that. I know people say they are, but he didn't catch her, but she was interested in it for a while. Warren Barnes, what's going on? He says at night I use an Indiana from 10 foot or less and a small Colorado and anything deeper. You have to pay attention to the thermocline this time of year. And you know what? That is one episode we ain't done this year. We ain't talked thermocline at all. What is it right now currently on Lanier?
What?
Thermocline?
I don't know. Ain't seen one.
Is that because you're up north a lot?
No, I ain't been up north.
You haven't seen it set up at all.
I ain't really paid that much attention to it, to be honest with you.
Is that because of the way? Is that because of the way you fish?
No, I mean I get offshore and scope around, but I really ain't seen it on my 2D or anything like that on the back grass.
That's very interesting. But we haven't had that. I mean, Kevin, we ain't talked about that at all this year.
No.
And normally we do. Normally we have like Underwood or somebody on and we do an episode on the thermocline. We just haven't done that. We have failed you guys this year.
I'm already seeing yeah, this is going well.
Here we go. Come on, throw it out there. Let's go.
I'm already seeing bubbles in the back's pockets already.
Interesting. You think that's because lake level?
I think might have something to do with it, yeah.
You've always been one that says you like it when the lake's down.
I like it in the winter when the lake's down, and I like it in the summer when the lake's down. I want it down one time all summer, and then I hope and pray we get a hurricane this fall and it fills it back up. There's some places, God Almighty.
What?
Oh my God, there's some damn places right now on Lanier that'll blow your mind when the lake comes back up.
Is that because it's got some grass growing in it and stuff?
Oh, I know one place that when the lake comes back up, there's going to be about 4 foot of it standing above the water line at full pool.
Really?
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna tell us
it's not north.
It's from one end of the lake to the other. You just gotta go look for it.
You just got to find the right pockets that's got it in it.
Yeah.
What kind of vegetation is it?
Just grass. It's just whatever grass grows. Just whatever grows in the yard.
I'm gonna go fish
God
that.
Almighty, when the lake comes back up and it's out there, it's gonna be 2016 all over again.
I like it.
Them scopers is gonna be hurting.
What you guys fishing at? We're gonna go fish some fescue patches over here in the back of this corner.
Yeah. Yes.
It's got Lake Lanier's got some really kick-ass fescue, dude. You gotta go throw at it.
Mark Fortner, when the lake come up, Mark Fortner, he won a HD Marine tournament with like 26 pounds on Lanier.
Largemouth?
Out of the grass, yeah.
When
we started fishing it too that summer when that started happening, why the hell would you want to look at a stupid screen when you can throw something back there in that grass and you see the grass move? It's like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. You got to look.
All of a sudden, the
yeah.
grass parts and it starts, and then all of a sudden, there's a blow up back there. That's bass fishing. That's fun. It's real fun, and especially if they're like 4 and 5 pounders.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I agree.
There'll be a lot of spotted bass too that won't be in their deep water haunts. That'll be back there because the biggest thing, like what we learned, shit.
Come on, Ryan.
I hate this podcast.
I love you, Ryan.
The biggest thing we learned back in 2016 was that a lot of the bluebacks left the main lake, and a lot of bluebacks stayed in the grass all day long.
Okay, now I wouldn't have had that on my bingo card
because we could see them. We were seeing 5-6 inch long bluebacks back there in 2 foot of water in the middle of summer.
Really?
And I'm talking thousands of them.
And you want
they wouldn't leave. It was such a oxygen. I guess it was just oxygen overload from all that grass. It was pouring it into the water. I guess I really don't know.
Lanier is 5 foot low right now. I think a lot of people. I know when we talk spotted bass on Lanier and all that, we talk about top water out on the big lake, and we talk about minnow and all that. I mean, you and I've experienced it. Spotted bass get up shallow too. And some damn big ones get up really, really shallow.
Then well, I mean, that was one caught Sunday, a big one, and up dirt shallow, but
it's in the dirt, Justin and Tim. It's in the dirt.
To quote Justin Reynolds, who's watching, it was in the dirt.
It was in the dirt.
There's a lot of fish that live in the dirt, and they're just a lot of them are overlooked.
Yeah.
So
but I think most people, honestly, like if they don't know right, and you say the fish are up shallow, they automatically are gonna say largemouth. But there's some big old spotted bass get up there.
You'll be surprised in the summertime the ratio of spotted bass to largemouth you'll catch in the dirt.
What do you think it is?
It's probably, if you take it out of 10, I'd say 6 out of 10 are spots.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I would believe that for sure. All right, we're getting on up in time. So all right, give me the formula for how to beat you. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. How am I going to beat you?
Go out there and go scope.
I'm not scoping.
Go out there and go scope. Go catch you 3 big spotted bass out there out of the timber in the middle of the river channel.
I'd love to do that, but I'd rather get a blow up on a buzz bait shallow. And I'm just going to follow you around. Warren says most of all bass on tuna right now are 15 foot or less. And I meant to ask you that earlier, Kevin.
They are.
All the fish that you caught the other night when you won, they were shallow?
Oh, yeah.
15 foot or less, 10 foot or less. Give me an estimate average depth you think you caught.
I'd say 15 feet or less, and the water temp was anywhere from 88 to 91, depending on what part of the lake you were in. And I didn't run south. I was from Galt's north.
Okay. Clayton said Irene, a couple of creeks last weekend installed a lot of large. I think he meant to say I saw a lot of large bluebacks in the back of the creeks. Irene, a couple of creeks. Whenever Irene came over, I don't know what. I really don't know exactly.
There was one pocket. There was one place we fished. I lost one on buzzbait, probably around 3.5 pounds. And when I got it to the boat, there was about 7 more with it, and they were all 3.5 pound spotted bass. And they were chasing bluebacks up on the bank.
That's Lanier.
So that was in the back of a pocket.
I like it. All right, we're going into the weekend, guys. Ryan has a job, so I'm going to let him actually go to bed one more time in case somebody missed it. If they want to buy or look at your baits, and listen, you owe me a hot damn commission because I saw over in the comment section, just order some buzz baits. Just order some buzz baits. I did too. You owe me a can of dip, my man. I just want a buzz bait. You can just give me a buzz bait. No, honestly, where can they? One more time, where can they go find your baits?
IronCurrentTackleCompany.com.
Okay, and you can follow Ryan on Facebook. He's got a YouTube coming out. He's going to get into the social media game and all that. Just Ryan, don't do no AI.
No, I ain't dealing with no AI.
because
So
we banned some AI
follow
on
me
the
on
on thing.
TikTok. Follow me on TikTok too. Iron Current Tackle.
I'll go follow you. I don't know.
Put some videos out. From
Okay.
I'll be trying to post as many videos as I can. I'm gonna try to strap this GoPro on all the time.
And the wide ass lens.
Yes.
Give me 3 goats, Mister. I don't know what the hell that means, Patricia.
I don't know what that means.
But you know what? We're going to end on that comment right there. So, hey, guys, listen, Ryan. First of all, thanks for jumping on. And again,
Mhm.
I want to say, how we're buddies anyway. But kudos to you for partnering up with Fishers of Hope and joining them, because Tony and Kay they're just freaking fantastic people. And now that you're with them and all that, it gets even better. And oh
Let me say this
yeah,
before you go. You got I got to hit this too. If you can't make it next weekend, and you want to just get a little bit cooler, we've got another one coming up here sometime around the end of September, early October, sometime. It's for a good friend of Tony's. His name is Josh McEwen. He's always been a big help to him, and even with Fishers of Hope when they first got started off. But he's got cancer, and he's having to go all the way to Texas for the treatment, because this place in Texas is the only place that does the treatment.
is it is
And
it is it
he's
MD Anderson?
huh.
Is he going out to MD Anderson out there?
Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure what the
Gotcha.
hospital is, so I can't say. But basically, and it's kind of sad, but basically, the only reason he's really doing the treatment is so that he can just live a little bit longer for his kids.
Yeah.
There's like the kind of cancer he has, like it,
Mm.
it's never been cured. So only it's in God's hands, I guess, is the
Yep.
best way, only way to describe it. So
Well, I would.
but we're going to be doing something for him coming up. So when it gets a little bit cooler,
Yeah.
maybe down on Lanier, maybe up on Chattoog. Don't know yet, but we're going to figure it out. So stay tuned.
I will tell you this. And I know that when we hear that C word, everybody, I know you know your first thoughts. Always look to Bill Payne.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a possibility. Look to Bill Payne. And for those of you that don't know, that you just need to go back and watch our first podcast. He was probably the 4th or 5th podcast 7 years ago.
He was back when we all started this whole little
Yeah,
shindig when
yeah,
it was in the church.
in the church.
Yeah.
You were still making jigs under that other company.
Yeah.
First time I met you, I'll never forget it. But always look to Bill Payne. There is always some hope. So, hey, John G, how you doing? You can listen to this thing later. And guys, remember again, if you want to listen to it while you're driving down the road and you don't want to pull up YouTube, you can find us now on all your podcasts. Just make sure it's Fish North Georgia's 'S podcast, because for some reason they won't let me close down the other existing channels. They're like there for eternity. So make sure it's 'S podcasts. Tony's will be on there, all the lunch break, these live wells and all that. So appreciate you guys. Ryan, as always, thank you very much, for coming out and doing that. And I look forward to kicking your ass in a couple weeks. And I got to talk smack because I'm going to lose. So anyway, but
No,
Kevin,
you got Jason.
I ain't fishing with Jason.
Oh, I thought you were.
I still looking for somebody.
Oh,
I had a guy, he hasn't committed yet. So I might be
I
pulling a
thought you were
rabbit.
fishing with Jason.
Well, he ain't asked me.
I guess he's fishing with Jonathan.
He probably is. My dad, see, he's adultery. That's my family, and he's committing fishing adultery. No, but listen, if I was Jason, I'd fish with Jonathan for sure. So, anyway, guys, hey, listen, if you're out on the water this weekend, hey, be safe. If you ain't doing nothing Saturday morning, some of us in the bike club, we're going to meet up there at Emerson to the GOM blast. We're going to walk around, look at the hunting stuff for a couple hours, and hand out some business cards and just shoot the bull with people that we see up there. And you never know, be careful when people are taking your pictures, because last year we were up there and somebody wanted a picture of the dugout. Me and Tony jumped in there with Koza and his daughter and his wife and a couple others. And we're in this month's episode, the GON magazine for this month, a year later. So you never know. You never know when you might show up in a thing. But anyway, hey, appreciate all you guys out there. TikTok, Mark, Eddie, CGP76. Don't know what that means, but hey, appreciate you guys. And Jeff Brazil's night fishing tomorrow night. And you can talk about it next week. We'll get back here and all that. So enjoyed it, everybody. Call Rob. He said he might come. Oh, okay. I might do that. I'll call Robleski. All right, you guys be good. We'll catch you on